get it texted, emailed. Yes. So you guys need to remind me that written on the agenda.
Okay. Okay, everybody, take a seat. Take a seat. I love the energy right before the holidays.
Yeah. Good morning.
I love that. You got people talking here. Morning, Mr. Escobar. It's John Greff.
Hey, do the horn thing. There we go.
Morning, Joe. Morning, Cliff.
The horn thing. Hi. Thank you. It's time to get this party started. Okay. Welcome, everyone, to the Warburton Team training. I'm Annette Warburton. Thank you for joining us. We have a lot to cover today, as always, but Andrew's got some really cool stuff that he's going on. So we're going to jump right into stats.
Just want to jump in and say at the beginning, I'm going to do quite a lot on tech today. You're going to need your cell phones, watching your cell phones during it. I'm going to get pretty tech with you today. I'm going to give you a market update today, market report, talk about the NAR settlement, just a number of things. The next 3 days, I'm going to give enough training personally that can make you 20 deals next year. All you have to do is get out of the way. Hear me, Ty? Just get your brain out of the way, honey. Just listen for the next 3 days. You're going to learn a ton of stuff, okay? All right, good.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay, so for new escrows opened, we have John Bernardino, who opened up his first Zillow Flex.
Brand new with us.
John.
With CHL.
Coaching him.
Congratulations.
So he has that with CHL. Then we've got Richard Novi. Where are you, Richard?
Right there.
He opened up a Zillow Flex with Pacific.
$2 million one in what, 2 months?
$1.16 million.
And I'm your favorite guy.
$1 million. How many of you know who this is? Okay. Doug does. Okay. Cliff over there. Cliff opened up a Zillow Flex.
Good job,
What?
Cliff.
Cliff opened a Zillow. Listen, of course he opened a Zillow Flex. Of course he opened a Zillow Flex.
Cliff.
Let's hear it for Cliff. Let's hear it for Cliff.
He clapped.
I want to do it again.
Okay. All right. Cliff gets 2 claps today. Howard Watson opened up a Zillow Flex.
Where's Howard? Howard, where's your beautiful face? Get in here, man. He's in court. I'm not surprised.
Speaking of court, I dropped our 16-year-old son off today at the courthouse in Temecula because out of 25 students on his debate team, 4 of them were selected to go through the entire process of jury duty. So he's at the courthouse this morning.
Isn't that cool?
Went through the whole process. And then even after they pick the jury, they get to stay in there with the attorneys and listen to the attorneys interview the people and then weed out the people from the jury. So I am super excited to hear that report today.
So many people are afraid of court. You don't have to be.
I do not like
People are
court.
afraid of attorneys. You don't have to be. You just need to know how to hire them.
Okay, that's
So by the way, on Jonathan, I'd love it. Family, I'd love it if you just back up Jonathan. Anybody interested in Jonathan? My son, Jonathan.
Oh.
This one too. Anybody interested in my son, Jonathan? 2 of you. Okay, so those 2 of you, I'm going to talk to you for a minute. So he's trying out for the high school golf team. He picked up his first golf club 9.5 months ago. They have 3 scratch golfers on the team. 6 people make it to the team. He's got tryouts next Tuesday. We have been jamming. He's way past me now. So he's out at Temecula Creek in the dark training. That kid is dedicated, right? I don't know where he got that kind of dedication from. But I would love it if you guys would say
It's all me.
just for
It's all
him.
me.
It's next Tuesday. Would a couple of you put up a couple of prayers for him? Just root for him. Would you do that? I'd
He's on the
appreciate it.
cusp. He's that good. He's on the cusp.
Oh, he's so close.
Yeah, super. It would be super cool. Okay, so Jennifer Fan, she opened up Zillaflex last night.
Oh, Jennifer, that's great.
No, Jenny.
Is she here? Jennifer, we love you, girl. Want to see
Yeah.
you.
She did.
Jenny.
And then we have like a double whammy. We have this same person opened up a Zillaflex and also closed a Zillaflex within the last week. And that's Mr. Jonathan Marani.
Jonathan, he's killing it right now.
He gets a payday. Congratulations.
See this love online. Did we lose my microphone suddenly? I love to see all this love online. Yeah, clap, ask questions. Lorena is watching the feed. We want to answer your questions. We're a community, so join in with us, okay? Thank you.
Awesome. So what's happened this past week? We've got, of course, Richard Novi. We mentioned that 1.16, our highest escrow.
Is that an easy deal to put in, Richard?
Oh,
So he fought and Kathy fought with him and he fought with me and I fought with him and then Kathy and I fought with him. And what does he have today?
1.16.
Escrow, 1.3 million. Let's hear it for Richard. Really. He's going in and out.
We've got Moises Moran, who closed the highest escrow,
Excellent. Well
which is at 717, which is a personal. And of course, Jonathan, who is in full swing activity. He also, not only did he open an escrow, close an escrow, he wrote 2 offers with 2 different clients last week as well.
And guess
Way to be, Jonathan.
Guess who's on the win team every day, 6:30 in the morning?
Jonathan Marani.
Ronnie. Yep, there you go.
Okay, awesome. Your microphone is working just fine.
Okay, super.
Yep. Okay, what's next? Yes, so we're going to go straight to Blake.
All right, cool, guys. We'll take it from here. So today we're going to talk about some key principles to building your guys' business. As you guys know, I'm a big cold caller. If it hasn't hit you yet, you guys know that I'm always on the phones daily setting appointments. For those of you that come on Mondays, you know I hand out appointments. If I see you putting in effort and working, Mariana knows I will hand you guys appointments. I'll hand you guys clients. I will help you guys if you're helping yourself, right? So today we're going to talk about top producing business activities, and one of those things is going to be cold calling. Let's go to the next slide. All right, cool. How many of you guys right now have a set time blocked period in your calendar to prospect with new clients right now? Number one in the office. Number one in the office raises his hand. Everybody else, hands down. Okay.
That's why that works.
Well, that's you know, there's a correlation there, right? So today we're going to talk about what you need to do, guys. I mean, we all, as realtors, we're all salespeople at the end of the day, right? We're here to help people, but we're here to sell, right? So it all comes down to the amount of people you communicate with about real estate, about the service or product you sell, and how intelligently can you communicate your service and your value to help them, right? So it all starts with discipline. Just like Andrew was saying with his son, he's very disciplined. He's in the trenches. He's making it happen daily, right? So real estate isn't just a job. It's a business that you guys run, right? So just like Andrew always talks about, you know, building your business, would somebody want to buy your business as it sits right now? Let's be real, right? Can you sell your business to somebody, right? Of course not yet. So now we're going to talk about how you can get there, right? So what we're going to do today, if you guys are taking notes, I want you guys to build out a small little calendar. I just want you guys to pick out at least 2 to 3 days out of the week where you're cold calling at least 1 hour each of those days. So I'm asking for 2 to 3 hours a week. Is that too much to ask for you guys to build your business? Okay.
So let's do this. Let's do this, right? Because I've heard you say this, and I know that you're absolutely right. Let's everybody go on their cell phones right now.
Let's do it right now. That's what I'm saying.
Go to Google and go to your Google Calendar, and we're going to show you right now how to block time on your Google Calendar and to create reminders for yourself. Because I absolutely guarantee you that Blake is going to talk about this. He is a top producing real estate agent. He is very experienced. And he's going to talk away, and everybody's going to go, that's nice, right? Unless you go on your Google Calendar. So go to your Google Calendar, Teresa Alvarez.
Do me a favor. These next 2 minutes, go ahead and fill out your time block days and hours of the day to prospect.
Why don't we do this?
And I'm gonna
what do you recommend, brother? Like when should people do this?
That's a great
Monday, Wednesday, Friday. What?
That's a great question. Well, I mean, you could do Monday, 10 a.m. You guys know we're gonna be here. You can do that in a group activity. So obviously, I recommend coming Monday for sure. One of those days.
So let's do this. Why don't we just everybody block Monday in the Google Calendar? So go into your Google Calendar, go to Monday. Does everybody know how to do this? Say yes or no. Yes. You do? And online, can we see like clapping hands if you know, or utter confusion with you sitting on the toilet in desperation if you don't? Can we see clapping hands and like you do know how? Okay. So look, you might go, look, I'm not going to come in and be with Blake because I live 65 miles away. Well, first of all, I'm going to say wimp. No, I'm teasing. But even if you live a long way away, for that time, block it. There's no better way to start your week than a Monday time blocking, and you're going to make some calls, right? And you're going to hear what I share with you on FUB, so it fits in exactly what you're saying.
Absolutely.
So let's have them do it right
Perfect.
now.
Yeah, no, let's do it right now. And then pick one other day where you guys are prospecting on your own time. Obviously, use Monday, leverage that. And I'm going to popcorn style pick 3 of you guys to tell me what day you guys selected for that prospecting time. So go ahead and take 2 minutes, think about it. There's no great time. So people always ask me, hey, is it better to call in the mornings, afternoons, or the evenings? My answer to that question is whenever you can be the most consistent, right?
That's very good.
Whenever you can be the most consistent and it's a non-negotiable, right? If it was a $1 million listing appointment or $2 million listing appointment, you would not cancel it or reschedule it to go to the bar or go to Knott's Berry Farm or Disneyland. You would go to that appointment and make it happen. Treat prospecting the same exact way.
So my brother, I'm going to be a pain in the butt interrupting you.
Oh, no, go for it.
But look, I'm just sharing my screen. In the elevator, I was accosted by Ty. And in that accostation, she said to me, Andrew, how do you stay so focused? You want to see? Do you want to? Like, do you want to or do you want to? You want to? Okay, finally I got some emotive there. Look at my screen. Right. There's my Google Calendar.
All right.
Did I answer your question, Ty? Right, go to Google Calendar. Show me your Google Calendar. Look at this. Bring it up here, girl. I want to see it a little closer. Come on. No, you're not going to do it. You know, we love you.
It's all good.
I think that's my point. Yes.
The point he's trying to drive home is that he's calculated, and every single move he makes in the day is on his calendar. There's nothing left to chance or guessing. He knows exactly what he's doing. And if he doesn't, Annette knows, and she'll remind him of what he's doing. so you can see it bigger. All right, I'm gonna popcorn style real quick, and we're gonna move on to the next thing.
Go on, keep going.
Let's go. Ty, what day did you pick to do prospecting? Every day? Oh, god damn. All right, cool. All right, let's see. In the back, is that Irma? What day did you pick to prospect? Monday? Okay, perfect. Mariana? Tuesday? Monday and Tuesday? Okay, cool. Just be aware of it, be conscious of it, guys, right? Let's produce. All right, let's get back to the slides here.
Colors here. In color.
All right, let's go to next slide, please. All right, cool. You guys need to track everything you're doing. So when you guys are doing your prospecting, it's very, very important, right? I understand we're not high level. We're not all super salesmen, high level closers yet, right? You're going to have some no's. You're going to have some objections. You're going to have some rejections. That is okay. If you guys know my story, you know I've already went through a whole bunch of rejections, and that's why I'm so polished now, right? Not to toot my own horn. But what I want to tell you guys is the way I got to this level was each time I got a no or I got an objection and I couldn't overcome it, I would write it down in my notebook, right? I'd stop, I'd pause the dialer, write down the objection, and figure out what's the best way to handle this next. And I would go to my sales coach and say, excuse me, hey, Steven, he said he wanted to talk to his wife. How do I handle this? Right? Hey, Steven, this one said that they were just looking for now. What do I do? Hey, Steven, they want to wait till next year. So if you write down the objections and you guys tell me, hey, this is the objection I got, this is where I'm struggling, what would you do? We can start polishing it and making it better every single time. And that's where you're going to get that high level mastery, right? So when I do my calls to this day, I'll put a few different things down on my notepad, right? So here's the things I write down on my notepad before I start. So I'll get the dialer ready. I'll go contacts, write that down, and I start just doing like tally style, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever, right? Contacts is the first one I put on there. Leads and appointments. Okay, and obviously I'd leave a little space for my objections that I got, and I'll write down the objections, right? Contacts, leads, and appointments. So how many people did I speak to about real estate today? Whether it was a great conversation and we're converting it and now we're moving forward, we have an appointment or not, I was talking to somebody about real estate and I'm getting my reps in, right? So get my contacts. And then out of that, how many of them actually express some kind of interest, right? That becomes a lead now, and I'll put a task to follow up with that person, right? How many people? That can be an A, B, or C client, right? A clients are somebody, hey, dude, I want to go see properties right now. They're actively looking at properties right now. And newsflash, if you guys haven't been on Follow Up Boss or if you haven't seen what's going on, there's 1,500, 1,600 people daily that look at properties here with us in this team. So there's a lot of A clients that are just sitting there if you just call, right? And if you need a list, let us know, right? So A, B is like 60 to 90 days out, right? Ish. And then C clients are anything that's 90 days and older. Andrew, do you agree with that timelines? Okay.
And now on top of that is Lofty.
Lofty's a whole different beast. And today we're going to be talking about Follow Up Boss.
Yep.
So we can see how we can go into all that. So track your leads, track your conversions, right? So if you have leads, contacts, leads, appointments, we can start getting a conversion ratio on your calls, right? So we can address where the issues are. Is it, hey, my contacts are only 5. I'm not getting any business, Blake. Well, shit, you're only talking to 5 people a week. Of course you're not having any business. Now, if you say, hey, I talked to 100 people, Blake, and I only got 1 appointment. Well, maybe it's your scripting. Maybe it's what you're saying, but we don't know unless you're tracking it, right? So track it as you guys are building out these core principles, right? Let's go to the next one. All right, cool. We already talked about tracking, but another thing here is going to be adding to your pipeline, right? So when we talk about offers written, it's a big, big thing. It's really important for us, especially if we're trying to increase our acceptance ratio. Before you submit an offer, always get like a second opinion on it. I still do this to this day. I'll hit up Trang, I'll hit up Jenny. I'll say, hey guys, what do you guys think of this offer I'm gonna send out? What would you comp it out at? Right? And I get it as a team thing, right? So before you submit an offer, make sure you're checking in with somebody else to get an opinion, whether that's me or whether that's another seasoned agent, just to make sure you guys have a highest probability of getting your offer accepted. How many of you guys write offers just for fun and you don't care if you get accepted or not? Nobody, right? Everybody wants to get their offers accepted. Can I get a show of hands of who wants to get their offers accepted when they write them? Okay. Get a sec. Yeah.
You know what? Let's just address that for a second.
Yeah. Go for it. Let's do it.
Is everybody still with us online? Show us some love, would you? Blake's doing a good job, right? Show the guy some love. Come on. He's working on this to help us all out, right? There we go. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So listen, guys. I want to ask you, this is a typical Andrew question. How many of you sometimes in your life, you're probably not going to want to raise your hand because we're in America, so everybody pretends they're okay. How many of you feel empty sometimes? 3 honest people.
I'll be honest.
All right. So how many of you heard that expression about half full, half empty?
Oh, yeah.
Now listen to me. You spend your life around half empty people, you're going to feel empty.
100%. Product of the environment you're in.
You spend your life around half full people, you're going to feel full. So surround yourself with full people. And I interrupted Blake here because I think he just really hit on something. Because we watch offers being written and offers coming in. And very often, guys, love you. You like your comment, you go, I'm canceling an escrow. And I'm like, why? Well, because my half empty cup said that I can't make it. Right? So this collaboration with people, collaborate with half full people. You will be amazed. I would say Jonathan, even the ones we've talked about, buddy, probably 70% of the time between the two of us, we find a way to save it, don't we? Right? And so we've combined our minds together. Huge what you're saying.
So you're saying the number one agent on the team goes to you for collaboration.
Well, first of all, we're friends.
And does this, right?
First of all, we're friends.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Secondly, I've done it 38 years more than him. And he's humble enough to go, what would Andy do? So he calls and we hash it out. Sometimes we can't fix it. Sometimes we can. But, oh, so that's another huge thing. Yeah, he's given me the permission to be authentic. Often high producers don't do that, right? So kudos to a round of applause for Jonathan.
Yeah, guys. I mean, we're all here to help you guys win. That's the point we're trying to drive home, right? So it's like when you guys are going to submit an offer, get a second opinion, collab with somebody. If something's going wrong in the escrow, don't cancel it.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm getting PR trained now. Don't cancel it. Talk to somebody. Say, hey, this is what's going on.
Yep.
This is the situation we're dealing with. How would you handle it? Let's save the deal, guys, right? So collaborate. That's the point I'm trying to drive home here. Next slide. We talked about this. Okay, we already talked about it. Role play, guys. How many of you guys role play with the AI coach or have attempted to at least?
That's great that you've started. Well done. Is it helpful to you?
Yeah. How are you guys liking that? I just want to get the feedback in the room. So thoughts, opinions on it? What do you think, Mariana? You like it? Good. Nice. And Mariana actually has an escrow going on too, and she's showing property today with another Zillow buyer.
Mariana, new to the team. First escrow showing again. Let's hear it for her, okay? It's just wonderful to see, but you're doing the stuff. You're coming in and doing the stuff. I'll be honest with you. I role play with it so I don't get rusty. I prefer role playing with an AI than I do a human.
Absolutely. 100%.
It's smarter.
Everything's there.
Not everything, but pretty damn close.
But the idea, whether you do it with AI or whether you do it in person, you guys got to role play, sharpen the skills, right? That's the point we're trying to drive home.
That's why I like the name Daniel. Like it's kind of like D-A-N-I-I-D-A-N-I. A-I, see that, it's AI right in the middle. That means you're bright, dude. Yeah. Keep it going.
Yeah, so AI coaching, role play coaching. I did a lot of my stuff live with Steven Jack. That was my sales coach back in the day. Yeah. And I would do a lot of research on my own behalf. I would read books on how to close, how to influence people. I would watch YouTube videos. I would do everything. It was my obsession to become the highest level in communications and closing and converting people in sales, right? So you guys got to be obsessed with your craft. So role playing is huge. If you guys want to do role playing, on Mondays, typically, before we start the calling session, we'll do a little light role play. And there's a lot of different avenues and tools you can use on TWT agents to work with the AI.
Well, I've got an idea here. I wonder how many online as well would you just communicate with us and in the room? We used to do role play like 20 minutes before team training. And it was super cool. It was a tiny office. And we did that. How many of you would enjoy that if we did that on Wednesdays, say 20 minutes or so before team training in the room? I know some of you come a long way. Can you show me your hands big if you are interested in that?
Yep.
What about online? Would you guys play ball with that? Let's see. Could you have a look, Lorena, for me? I don't know who that is. I got one heart right there. Tim?
Tim. Oh, yeah.
Who else is coming in there?
What's up, Tim?
The names. Okay. So think about it, and if you can make the time commitment, I think it would be a really good thing to do.
With it, I'm here to help you guys, right? So if you guys are, hey, let's do role play. Let's do role play. We'll get some coffee. We'll get some espresso. Somebody bring me an energy drink, and I'm down.
Yeah.
Right. So let's do it. I love it. So, but role playing is huge, right? So that'll build your guys' confidence when you're doing these phone calls, right? Because if you know what you're going to say, how you're going to say it, when you're going to say it, it's going to build that confidence. And now running through this hour, 2 hours of phone calls is going to be a lot easier. You don't even think twice at it, right? Next slide, please. We're hitting the same thing. Project things. Next slide. I don't want to beat a dead horse here. Next slide. UVP. Okay, guys. You guys heard me talk about this multiple times. Your UVP, your unique value proposition, right? This is what's going to set you aside from your competition, right? How are you different? You show up to a front door. You have a huge, amazing packet. You have everything with the team backing you, all the presentations. Everything is there. Right? You need to be able to communicate some value to them, an intangible value that they can't just go and click on a button and get another realtor to open the door for. Exactly right. What's your unique value proposition? And for the most of you guys that are here on Mondays, you know what my 3 are, right? And I'll give them to you so you can have them in your back pocket. You should have them in your tool belt readily available. That's going to be your off-market value proposition, smart buyer program, and then your 2-1 buy down, right? And that's usually the order I'll give them in, right? So offer them something and always get them to agree. Hey, would saving 15% on your home purchase be helpful to you? Yes. Okay, great. I agree with you. When can we set an appointment? Mornings or afternoons, right? Would saving 2% on your first on your interest rate for the first year be helpful to you? Great. I agree with you. When works better for you, mornings or afternoons? So always get them to agree that whatever value that you are providing would be of benefit or help to them, right? So those are the UVPs. Next slide. Daily non-negotiables.
Next week. Let's
Okay.
stop at UVP.
Go.
It signals right into what I'm doing.
Go for it.
So let's talk about this UVP thing real quick, okay?
Let's do it.
Unique value proposition. You're meeting me. I'm your buyer, right? What's special about you? You have to know that as a person, right? So I'll tell you a little story here. You know, I was a pastor, right? So I married a bunch of people. Then they come in for marriage counseling. Dear Lord, you're not the kind, I wasn't the kind of pastor you want, by the way, because I just look at you straight at you, and I look at the guy and the girl and I go, look, you two want to stay together or not? Because if you don't want to, I don't have the time for you. That was my first question, always. And so if she goes, well, he, and he goes, well, she, I go, okay, right, we're not going to do that in my office. You want God involved in this. You don't want to see all this finger pointing. You want to be together, yes or no? So you got to find out what's in people's heart. But here's my point. When they meet, they say those silly vow things. And one of the silly vow things they say, I think vows are valueless, by the way, absolutely valueless, right? What matters is your heart, right? If it ain't in your heart, you can say it all day long, put it into Chat GPT, sound wonderful, everybody will cry, drink more champagne. 2 years later, you'll be divorced. What matters is what's in your heart. So what spouses try and do is convey, what do they convey? Their UVP, right? And something that boys and girls say to each other in America all the time is, honey, you complete me. Never really understood that. So what they're actually saying, the guy's saying, I'm incomplete, inadequate, not complete, didn't work on myself, and I'm glad you came along because now you complete me because I couldn't do it on my own. Girl, you're going to be completing that guy the rest of your marriage. What I would want if I was a girl would a guy coming up and say, I am complete. I have strengthened myself as much as possible. Part of my completeness is that I realize that I have inadequacies, but I want to learn. I've chosen you as a partner because I can't think of anybody more intelligent or more appealing that I would like to become better with. That's a vow. Never heard it. All the weddings I ever did, right? So you go, how does this fit into what Blake just said? He's talking about a UVP. What is your UVP? You need to know why you are valuable. So we're going to move on to FUB. You're going to help me with FUB, right? But watch this. I want you to turn to the person next to you. Doug, you can do this with a net. I want you to turn to the person next to you, and I want you just straight out of your mouth to say, hi, I'm Doug. I'm your agent, right? What's unique about me is, and then say it. Go for it. Let's go. One, two, let's go.
Let's hear it.
Let's do it. You can do it online.
Hi, Doug. I'm Annette. It's so nice to meet you. I want you to know.
Love it, man. Love it.
What matters.
Love it.
You matter. We're going to
Yeah.
get this job done.
Different vibes. Yeah, no, it's good.
All right. So now you get it. Let's give a round.
It's inbred in me.
Let's give a round of applause to Blake for doing a great job for us.
Thank you.
All right. Kathy, we need you to grab a microphone. You're going to come up. You're going to talk about ZHL as soon as you're ready. All right, guys, be ready to learn and ready to go here. Couple of things I want to share with you real fast. Oh, you could put up market report. Okay, tell you what, I'll give you a second to get ready. I want to share this with you real fast. And Blake, you're welcome to converse. Kathy, you can come up and talk about this with me. But I want to show you something here. I'm going to go to share screen. And give me a second. Quick. All right. Market report. Here we go. So can you all see my, no, you can't see my screen. Can you see it now? Yes? Why isn't it up here? Okay, so here we go. All right, I want to share something with you here. I hope it's here.
Yep.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Just relax. Just, oh my gosh, you guys are so cynical. All right, Lauren, you still need to help Michelle Ickles. All right, so watch this. Let me just go here. This is what I want to show you. So inform yourself. And I want to talk about this for a minute. What does National Association of Realtors
#1 search
say about 2026 market? Oops. So now listen to this. You all ready for this? Because you need to be able to talk to your customers. Are you ready? You all ready? National Association of Realtors forecasts a 14% increase in home sales in 2026. All right? So I'm getting more and more bullish by the day about the market in 2026. Now, I will say this. How many of you have seen The Big Short, the movie about the financial collapse in 2008? You know why we had The Big Short? Because it was a bunch of inflated, older people protecting their own interests. So let me ask you this. You walk into a casino, you meet the owner of the casino outside, and you say, am I going to win? What's the owner of the casino going to say? You walk into a real estate, and you go to the owner of the casino. What's the owner of the casino going to say? You're going to win. Who owns the casino? All the real estate companies, all their CEOs, all the top software companies, and the National Association of Realtors. Oh, I just shocked you a little bit, didn't I? Just get a buzz. So what am I saying? I'm saying you got to read it with a grain of salt. It's not only that, but what I'm learning is the people at the top of NAR and CAR and these others, they're either older or they think like old people. And old people think that everything is going to be the same as it was before. That's what old people think. Young people think, I don't want 9 to 5. I want to be free. I want to live my own dreams. I want to fly. Old people think, where's the lazy boy? Where's the football? Pass the beer. So old people think what's before is going to repeat. So let me make this really clear. History does not usually repeat itself. We recreate history over and over and over again. So I think NAR's perspective is interesting. I personally don't agree with it all. I lead a large group of people who want to make money in real estate. So I think it's important you listen to where my leadership is going to go with the team this next year. NAR says 14% increase, attributing these factors, and let's just see a little bit more right here, like easing mortgage rates and continued job growth. Realtor.com adds that while affordability will improve, it will be a gradual process. The market is expected to remain balanced. Projects a 4% increase in median home prices. So what they're saying is because interest rates are softening a little bit, and because and I heard this under Clinton, I heard it under Reagan, I heard it under Obama, I heard it under Bush 1, I heard it under Bush 2. They're like a frickin' stuck record. They say there's a lack of housing. There is a lack of housing. There was still, by the way, when the market collapsed in 2008, did you know there was a lack of housing? Did you know that? When you counted housing units in 2008, there were not enough housing units for all the people. What happened was there was a collapse of the system, and that's why people lost their homes. Now, you need to listen because this all helps you when you talk to people. What's part of your value add? That you are what? Intelligent. What does our wise guy look for when he buys a company? What are the 3 things he looks for? And integrity. All right. So, yes, it is very likely the market's going to go up 14%. If somebody could grab that for me, I'd really appreciate it. The market's going to go up 14% in number of sales. Now, I want to tell you, some of you are going to sell 25 to 40% more than you did this year. If you follow the lead, Ty, that Blake is giving you, that I'm giving you, that Kathy's giving you, that Annette's giving you, if you follow that lead and work, you're going to sell a lot of property next year, right? There is going to be an increase. Why? Because there's more stuff to sell. right? Now, where is the logic if there's more stuff to sell that the prices are going to go up? Where's the logic in that? Well, they run the casino, so they got to say that, right? Yeah. So they run the casino, they got to say that. I personally think it's extremely unlikely prices are going to go up next year. I think it's extremely unlikely. Now, even if interest rates drop where we want them to 4.5%, 4 3/4, you're going to have a flood of buyers, but also what are you going to have at that point? A flood of sellers. Because there's a lot of people stuck in their homes because they can't afford the new payment. So as you read on down this article, which you should read, by the way, so that it says home sales are expected to jump by 14%. Home prices are forecasted to increase by 4% nationally. Now, I will tell you something. Market time in Southern California has gone up 380% in the last 7 months. So if you know that, what sort of advice do you give to your seller? Price it where it's going to sell. No, actually the reverse. Patience is not to be contrary, John. Patience is like a big problem right now. I'll just wait is a huge problem. Because if you wait and the market's going to go up and you're selling, are you going to make more or less money? More. If you wait and the market's going down and you're going to sell, every month you're going to make less. What happens is the next house that sells sets the value for the neighborhood. And if that value is down, you've got to be a little lower than that value because all the other houses are now sitting at that value and they're not selling. So and if I'm wrong, I'm happy for homeowners. I'm a homeowner, several homes. But I will tell you, I'm pretty much guaranteeing you the market ain't going to go up in Southern California next year. There is going to be more inventory, which means there's more opportunity for us to sell. So get ready to sell, learn your listing presentations, learn this stuff that we're sharing with you so that you can capture these clients. There is, Veronica, Daniel, there is a huge opportunity to make bank in 2026. Just be honest with people, right? Be clear, be plain, right? Be straightforward. So mortgage rates, affordability will gradually improve. Do you know that the first-time home buyer index is the lowest it's been in 20 years? Why is that? Because first-time buyers can't afford because of the interest rates, which is why we talk so much about buying down interest rates. Now, you gave 3 things why you have a UVP. Another UVP that you should use is you look at your buyers and say, hey, by the way, guys, while we're out looking at homes, I really want to let you know how to pay off your mortgage in 20.17 years instead of 30 years. Are you interested? None of you wrote that down. You're either hyper intelligent or you're all doped up on something. Go to your cell phones, put it in there. Hi, Mr. Buyer. While we're not looking at homes, I'd love to chat with you about how to pay off your home in 20.17 years instead of 30 years. Would you be interested? Now, do you think they're going to talk to your financial friend? Listen to me. Oh, I've already got my lender. It's the pastor's wife's brother's dog's groomer. And they were referred to me. Right? And people said they got a lender. They don't have a lender. Oh, it's the guy, it's the ball boy at the golf course. He just got his mortgage license. I've got a lender. No, I'm talking about saving you 9.83 years of paying off a mortgage. Anybody in this room interested in that? Uh-huh. Okay. So I'm going to stop on this because I go on it all day long. What you learn from this is you've got a bigger opportunity in 2026. Prices, NAR says, are going to go up. I think they're full of it. It's like the guy standing at the front of the casino. I think it's extremely unlikely. But we're going to manage it. And when people say they're going to wait, you're going to use the piece that I put together, should I buy or should I wait? And you're going to send it to them, right? You see all the material I'm sending out to you. So I just want to give you a quick market update. Does that help you? Any questions? Why doesn't it help you? No questions? Oh, okay, got it. Because if it didn't, I would be happy to talk to you. Okay. Kathy, I want you to touch on loans really fast. We got a lot to go through. Let's come up, be prepared. Tell them what you need them to know about Zillow Home Loans, please.
Okay, right now we're going through a few changes with Zillow Home Loan officers. So thank you, by the way. She already switched this for me. So We have Yumi Gray, brand new. She is very experienced, just got off maternity leave. So would love for you guys to reach out to her. We are also getting James Tennell. He just joined and he is also very experienced, but because he just started December 1st, he has to learn the system. So we're looking at another week out for him to join us. And anyone that was using Peter Harris, he's no longer part of the team. So make sure you're not using him at all, from what I understand. Yeah, we just got that yesterday. So, because I'm such a nice person and I really like all of you guys, I know. Well, so I am going to continue to send you a gift card every time that you get a pre-approval. So you will have a cup of coffee on me. So really need you guys to be on top of this. This is what dictates how many leads we're going to get each month. So you need to make sure that you are sending your buyers over to Zillow Home Loans first. No, they can't do mobiles, they can't do land, and no down payment assistance, but they're easy to work with, and their process is a lot more seamless. They order the appraisal up front, which your client does not pay for that appraisal. So let's make sure that we're getting over the ones that we can over there first.
All right, great job for Kathy. I want everybody to understand that Zillow has increased our lead flow. Yes, again this month, right? The number you told me. By 71% in the last 2.5 months. So give yourselves a round of applause. Okay? A lot of that is because Kathy is faithfully following up, making sure that we have the right number of Zillow home loan transfers. They will only give you leads if you make those Zillow home loan transfers. We're not going to go through an entire training on it again. There's a training on the website on TWT agents. Please be aware of this. Your second choice after that is that you have the iCore lenders and Patriot Pacific. You guys are using them faithfully, and that is how we maintain control of our transactions. All right, so I'm not going to speak a lot about that today. Tracy, can we get Tracy a microphone? Just come up and sit with me as quickly as you can. Somebody turn on a microphone for her. I see here it says ZHL funnel on FUB. Do you have that ready to share? If you don't, you do have it ready to share. You're going to share it, or I am. So you know what? Let's do this. Come sit up with me for a second. Everybody welcome Tracy. Come up. Come next to me. Okay. So I'm going to go into Follow Up Boss here and share with you some tools how to make money in 2026. But I want everybody to really understand how much the ISAs are behind you. All the ISAs are licensed agents. All of them have sold more property than most of the agents on our team. Isn't that interesting? So they know what they're doing. That's Jenny, that's Christian, that's Tracy, and that's Tiffany. Tell us how you watch the leads and how important, what you need the agents to do to work better with you.
Well, first and foremost, following the protocol. Whenever we give you a lead, we need you to introduce yourself via text immediately. Don't wait for hours, because they're wondering if you're going to actually show up, who's their agent, things like that. So introduce yourself immediately, and then always show up to the appointment. Do not call them. Do not text them saying, we can't see this property today. You don't do that. You show up to the appointment. And if for some reason you can't show up to if you can't show the appointment, you show up anyway with 3 other properties to show. And the reason why is because we want these clients to get to know you. We want them to get to face with you, because if you call them, they're going to cancel and they're going to ghost you 99% of the time. It's going to happen. And so don't think that it's a waste of your time either, because whenever you're out, a lot of times they won't respond to you whenever you text them, and then they'll show up anyway.
So it's so interesting when I go back and an agent leaves, I watch the agents who stay and the agents who leave. When I watch the agents who leave, I will promise you this. So listen, because I don't want you to be one of these people, okay? that I will go in and I will see something very common. And it will say, Zillow lead, Thursday, 2:00, client didn't show up. Dead. Like literally nothing after that. No digital footprint, no screenshot, no comms communication, no notes tab, no automation, nothing. And I'll look at it and I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Then I'll go into another one and another one and another one and another one. The second thing that I'll see very commonly is showed up, property wasn't available for showing, dead afterwards, nothing. So I guarantee you, if you do that, you'll leave this team. That's a weird thing to say, isn't it? But I guarantee you will, because you won't make money. And then somebody from some other company will say, oh, we're wonderful here. You know, we have Margarita Thursday, right? We're not teaching about Margarita Thursday. We're teaching about how to sell real estate. So hear very closely what Tracy is sharing. So you show up to the property, and Annette and I have countless stories of when we showed up to buyers, not Zillow buyers, just buyers who back then called us off a newspaper ad, and then off a Homes ad, and then off Facebook ads. And we would show up, and the client would show up, and we couldn't get in the home, but we showed up, and the client was there. And either we would then take the client to another property, or somebody else would be in the driveway. I'm thinking of one of the couples over here.
We got 3 people in a driveway. When one of our agents showed up late for an open house and I was there with the buyer, there were people waiting. I got all 3 couples while you were in some conference somewhere, and that week showed them all and put them all 3 in escrow. I mean, in 2004, when Andrew and I were 29th in the world, now Andrew was 29th, it was under his name, but that year I did over $350,000 in commission myself. Okay.
What about a round of applause for that?
So,
It's a fact.
I don't know. I'm an agent. I'm a
All right.
broker.
So we're all agents here. We know what we're talking about. Show up, right? Show up to that appointment. So we talked about showing up. What happens when you set an appointment? What do you guys set as ISAs? Do you just let that appointment go, or what happens next?
No, we set tasks for ourselves.
Explain
because
that.
We follow up with it, with the client 2 hours after your appointment. So we set a task for ourselves. So we have a list of tasks every day that we complete. So we're looking at it. And so if you do not show up for your appointment, or whatever happens with your appointment, we're going to know about it. So all the ICAs are aware of what you're doing. And so whenever we get a lead that comes in, and especially if it's a really good lead, and we know in the back of our head, oh yeah, they're not going to show up, or they're going to call the client beforehand, then we might not give it to you.
So here's the point with this. ISAs do not make very much money base salary. However, they make bonuses. The bonuses are based on whether you guys convert leads. So put yourself in their position. They got kids too.
Yep.
Wouldn't you pick the agent that you go into their notes, they see they put in notes? Wouldn't you pick the agent that shows up? Wouldn't you pick the agent that communicates? So I want to strongly encourage you, communicate on the 4 WhatsApp channels. Communicate with the ISAs. I would be texting them. If I were you guys, I would be texting on the back phone. Hey, it's Andy. It's Friday morning. I've got an appointment in Desert Hot Springs this afternoon. Just want you to know I'm here for banning, right? That communication they love. They want to feel the vibe that you're going to vibe with the customer, right? Why? Because you're going to make money, they're going to make money, right?
That's true. And if you tell us you're going to be in a certain area in the day, we let all the other ICAs know, or ISAs know. And so whenever we get one that comes up in that area, guess who we're calling first? We're not even going to put it on the channel. Right?
Yeah. And
So a lot of, go.
And I think a lot of it too, guys, because you guys are intelligent, right? I'm not saying you guys aren't intelligent. And I think our intuition starts speaking like, I want to call this person. I want to kind of pre-qual them. You kind of get in your own way a little bit in that sense, right? If they're wanting to see property, you go out there and you show it. Don't overthink it. Sometimes we overthink.
So important.
Because we're so intelligent. We're like, we want to pre-qual. You want to help them. That's amazing. That's great. But if you do this, you might stump the relationship before it even begins. And you're not even giving them the chance to build that rapport with you. So don't overthink it. If they send you an appointment, show up. If the appointment is not available or the house isn't available to show, bring 2 or 3 more. And I've been telling you guys, just act like you just found out that the appointment wasn't available to see when you're right there in front.
So this training is what you're getting from Blake. It's what you're getting from Kathy. It's what you're getting from your ISAs. They're here to train you. I got to tell a quick story on this. Let's give Tracy a round of applause, would you? Quick story on this. I remember like it was yesterday. So this was actually 1990, in February of 1990. I had just gotten my license, and I met a client that came in from a newspaper ad, and I met them in Vista. They spoke Spanish. I spoke French. Yeah, exactly. What could go wrong? But they sensed like there was an empathy that I had because I came as an immigrant. They came as an immigrant. I had a green card. I used to show my green card to every buyer, by the way, because they don't think white people have green cards. So here comes this white boy. I'd show my green card. And I'd go, hey, listen, I'm here to help you get a home. I bought my first home in Oceanside up the street, which I did, $52,000, 15.5% loan VA repo. It's worth $900 today. So listen to me. So I sat with these folks, and when we love this home, Andrew, right? And this was before Google Translate. So we're like writing hieroglyphics, and it's like those games, where you have to guess what the person's saying. But they sensed, that I was sincere. And the second appointment, they'd always bring somebody who spoke English, right? I got referral after referral after referral. Here's the point of my story. I showed up. You know what they said to me? We called 3 other agents before you. They all wanted to pre-qualify us before they met us. And we didn't know if we were qualified. Thank you for meeting us. I said, well, you're welcome. Do you qualify? They said, no, we don't. All right. So now here comes Ty, right? She accosted me in the elevator today, right? Ty did, just like flat out. What is it with you, Andrew? I love her. So here's another answer to your question. I hate the word no. Just hate it. There's something in it. It comes from being bullied. Because when you're being bullied in school, you think there's no way out. You think you're trapped, particularly when you're in one of the best schools in the nation that was paid for because you won a competition, and your parents think it's heaven, and your mom is insecure, and you don't want your mom to cry. So I had nobody to tell. I was bullied year after year. Nobody. I had one friend I could tell about it. His name was David, redhead. I'll be honest with you. Until I was Mark Downey. Mark was 14 years later. He's the only friend I remember. And he called me after I got my first job at British Airways. I was 21. He said, Andy, I got a pain under my arm. And he was dead 6 months later. But he was the only person I had to talk to in school, and not my parents. So you learn when you're being bullied, you learn to survive. You learn how to say, I'm going to stand up. Actually, what I did is I didn't stand up. You know my story. I hid under a table every day at lunchtime and ate my sandwiches under a table, hoping people wouldn't find me. I hate the word no. I hate being trapped. And that's why I'm so strong. You have your own strength because you're rising up with your children. You're rising up when people say you can't, and I'm saying you can. But back to my story, I didn't like it that this guy said no. So I said, you have any relatives? Silly question, right? I said, do you have any relatives? No, that was not a racial slur. Get over yourself, for God's sake. So he said, I do have a big family. And I asked a question that I've asked 1,000 times. Here it was. Does anybody in your family love you? They all love me. Does anybody love you enough to help you buy your first home in America? They said, well, yeah, I've got an uncle. We called the uncle on the spot in the home. The uncle co-signed. Still not enough income. So I met him and the uncle back at the house. I remember this like it was yesterday. The uncle said to me, Andrew, we really want to build. Now you tell me if you've heard this. We really want to build generational wealth. And I said, well, how are you going to do that? We need some more money. I said, do you have anybody, uncle, who loves you in his family? Yes, I do. He brought on his adult son. And between the 3 of them, we did an FHA 3-up. We closed 5 weeks later. Now, if I hadn't shown up, I'd never have made that sale. And I did that hundreds of times. Does everybody understand? Okay, so that was a piece from Tracy and the ISAs. They don't follow up on you because they're being draconian. They follow up with you because they understand how to make deals. And we're here to help you make deals, right? So let's make deals. Let's say it together. Let's make deals. Let's say it again. Let's make deals.
Let's make
See it
deals.
online, guys. Let me hear it. Let me hear it. Come on. Come with me online. Let's make deals. Now, look, I do want to say to you, this sounds a little draconian, but we want you to learn. And we just came back from the Zillow conference, and they're incorporating a lot more follow-up boss into their system. They're incorporating a lot more metrics into their system. By the way, if you're listening to all the gossip, yes, there's 5 lawsuits against them. Yes, Zillow will probably write a check for $2 billion within the next 24 months. They're worth $15 billion. It'll happen. They'll make concessions. Policies will change. If you think they're going away, why don't you just go donate money to that guy on YouTube who's being a smart ass? $15 billion companies don't disappear off NASDAQ because of a couple of lawsuits. They're here. They're our partner. We're going to work with them, period. They have 250 million people visiting their website a month. So let's just be absolutely clear. We need to adapt to how they're going to adapt. Part of that is data. So we used to say it was absolutely essential for you to attend trainings, and I let that go, and it was my fault. And I just want to let you know that we're going to say lovingly to you that starting January the 1st, we're incorporating artificial intelligence into everything we do, and we're going to take a roster every Wednesday who attends the training. It's very simple. Zillow wants to see who are the agents who are active. They want to watch on FUB. They want to watch our stats. And so every training from now on, we're going to send out a questionnaire. You're going to get one today. At the end of this training, a QR code is going to come up. You're going to take a picture of the QR code. If you have to leave early, make sure you get the QR code. The QR code will come up. When that QR code comes up, we're going to ask you 3 questions. I'm sorry? We're going to ask one question? One of these? No. So these 3 that I have here? Okay, great. So, right. In future weeks, there'll be 3 questions. So we're going to ask you a question, and it's essential that you answer that question correctly. Okay? Zillow now, starting in January, wants a roster of all the people who attend our trainings because they want to know who's part of it. Now, listen to me carefully. If you are in the team and you do not want to do Zillow leads and you want to do personal, you are welcome here. You can come to the trainings whenever you want. It's your money. This is Zillow's money, right? So let's just be absolutely clear. They just want to know who they're playing ball with. So you'll get a questionnaire today. Starting in January, there'll be a questionnaire. I'm not going to threaten you with it. I'm just telling you, we just got to play ball, okay? Any questions on that? We all get it? All right. Now, back to training. Just want to let you know over the next couple of days. I went over market stats with you today, shared something with you on the market. Blake went over here, time blocking, which fits perfectly into what we do. I'm going to talk about FUB money next, that you see FUB as money, and everybody who is part of this team is going to be on the same plane here. I want to touch really quickly on the buyer guide again. Part of FUB is that you have constant communication with your clients so they don't ghost you. So to have somebody stay in communication with you, it's important that you send them information that's valuable. Would you all agree with that?
Yes.
Think about how many times you bought a car and a car salesman reaches out to you, right? The last car we bought, Annette, you know that big beast, the white one down the garage? We bought that. Do you know we went to 4 dealerships before we bought that, right? Listen to me. We went to 4 dealerships. The highest payment that one of the dealerships gave us was $1,700 more than we settled with, and we'd only put $500 more down. $1,700 difference. The 4th dealership that we went to, the salesman tried to sell it to us, and he tried to mark it up. And I told him what our payment was when we went in. Very clearly, I told him what the payment was. He added on another $600 onto that payment, said, I can go to my manager and I can lower it $300. I said, sir, I really appreciate you spending time with us today. I'm taking my wife to dinner. Goodbye. I shook his hand. 3 days later, the dealership sent me a customer survey. And on that survey, I wrote back and I said, frankly, your service was appalling. I made it very clear to you before I drove 56 miles to your dealership what the payment was, and you said that you could do it. The vehicle was there when I arrived, and it was clean. Thank you very much. You were misleading and deceptive, and I will not do business with you. I am going to buy a car in the next 48 hours, and this is the payment I'm going to pay. A bot replied to me. 2 days later, that salesman lost his job, and the other salesman went into his follow-up boss. They use Salesforce, and he called me. And he said, sir, I've got your car at the payment you wanted. By the way, in case you want to know, $1,368.24 a month. He said, I've got the car sitting right outside. I said, great. It takes me 38 minutes to get to you. I'm up the street. So
He drove it to us. He drove it here.
Excuse me, that's right.
He drove it to the office.
He drove it to us. So I cannot explain to you how important this data is, how important the technology is, how important the training is, that you really are on your game. So I say, huh? Yep. Okay. Again, it was show up. So let me just go back to this training the next couple of days. So market stats, FUB money, I'm going to do that next. Buyer guide. Use your buyer guide so you send information to people. I'm going to show you how to do that in a minute. Shortcuts. Everything up. Before I do that, I want you to know that tomorrow, Thursday morning, 6:30, I'm going to go over VA deals at 6:30 in the morning by popular request. So I've got a handout for you. I'm going to talk about all the aspects of VA closing costs because somebody on the team did a VA deal. She didn't know what she was doing. So obviously I helped, but you need to know how to do VA deals. You're going to see a lot of VA buyers over the next year. How many of you would like to know all about VA deals? Can I see a show of hands? Get up tomorrow morning, 6:30. There's going to be a handout. I'm going to give you a second handout on Friday, which is what are VA allowables and what are VA non-allowables and how do I maneuver around them? How many of you would like to know that? Yes or no? So that's Thursday and Friday. Also on Thursday afternoon, I'm going to go over with you two things. Number one, I prepared a document, a training document for you. I just put somebody in escrow, what's next? And it goes over all the stages of what you need to do and when you need to do it when you put it in escrow so you're not in a panic, right? So by the way, just so as you know, not as many as Daniel, probably not as many as Blake, but I personally closed over 3,000 real estate transactions in my career. 3,000, okay? So I just want you to know I've learned a thing or two about what to do, what not to do. So I'm going to train you about that tomorrow afternoon, 2 o'clock in this building. It will be on Zoom. In addition to that, I'm going to go over the buyer presentation piece that we do. I'd like it if you're around it, you could help me with it.
Absolutely, yeah.
Great. The buyer presentation and the buyer handout so you have something to give to your customers. So all of that's coming up in the next 2 days. Anybody interested? Let me see some love online. Anybody interested in any of that stuff? Helpful to you? Yes? Let's see some noise in the room, can we? Yes? Okay. So back to this. Keep me on track. See, I'm giving myself notes so I don't. FUB money. Next, I'm going to do FUB. So here we go. Can you see my screen? All right.
Wait. No, we can't. That's
Am I sharing? All right. So it's 10:39. This is going to take about 20 to 25 minutes. And it's money. I'm going to give you money here. So I want you to focus. If you're not taking notes, you are insane. Get your cell phone, take notes. This is going to help you immensely. So you know how huge I am that you run your business from your home screen, right? Here's my home screen. Here's everything to do with the business on the home screen.
Look at those tiles.
You see right here, there's the tile for follow-up, boss. You with me? I got my business folder right here, all this stuff, right? So here's my follow-up, boss. Every day you start your day because you need to understand every day at 9, the ISAs start. And guess where they go? They go to FUB. They go to FUB. Tap on FUB. When you tap on FUB, watch this. You're going to see your toolbar at the bottom. The toolbar has inbox, activity right there. Do you see it? Calendar, people, and deals. The most important things for you are inbox, activity, and calendar. So I know you feel scattered. I know you're driving around working Zillow leads. I know it's hard, right? But you can make something wonderful out of this. The first thing you're going to do when you drop in here, in my opinion, is you're going to tap on calendar. When you tap on calendar, a list of all your tasks for the day comes up. I promise you, every one of you, we're going to bury you in leads. And I want you to stay. And I want you to make money. To make money, you have to be organized, right? Mommy isn't going to put away your dirty underwear anymore. Okay? You got to pick it up, wash it. Jeez. I went to some single guy's house the other day, and he had like 3 dirty underwear on the floor. I'm like, you sell on this team, he's got dirty underwear on the floor? Girls, isn't that a buzzkill? Isn't that a buzzkill, right? You go to this guy, you have a fancy wedding, he says these vows, he says you complete him, right? You move in with him because you're a pure girl, you haven't touched him yet. You move in, and the first day you see his dirty underwear on the floor when you come home. I mean, is that a buzzkill or what, right? So, or in the sink. Okay, so watch. Tasks, they're right here. So what this does is it shows you everything that you need to remember for your clients. Now, I know nobody's going to raise their hand here. Online and in the room, how many of you have forgotten a client? I know none of you are going to. See, nobody raised their It's because of this right here. So start with calm. This is the thing. Like I see Mirka there. She's like my kid, right? I see Ty. She's like my kid. Actually, that would be difficult, wouldn't it? Anyway, so we'll work it out. Anyway, so my point is, look, kids, you're going to feel panicked if you don't do this. This is going to give you that sense of calm, right, when you start your day. So you're going to go in here and see this. Now, what happens is the ISAs do this. Now, look at my screen. And what you see here is the ISA's tasks that they've reminded themselves what they need to do on the leads they've passed to you so they get bonuses. Now, isn't that interesting? Do you all get that? So they're going to see here like leaders still in submitting offers. So here an ISA has set a reminder, lead is still submitting offer, did offer get accepted? Now, here's a really interesting thing. We have about 800, Kathy, customers in submitting offer status, but actually we've got maybe 70 or 60. 790 times agent forgot to take the status out of submitting offers. And Zillow looks at those stats and says, if you've got 800 people writing offers, why aren't you closing more deals? And then we have to say, well, because they're not really writing offers, the agents don't fill out the thing properly. So this is why Zillow's like ramping up. So I'm sharing this with you, not just like in a punitive way, but you need to understand how the system works. So now the ISA goes in and says, let's have a look at Emmy. Oh, it's one of yours, Jonathan. Sorry, bro. So here we go in submitting offers, and it probably is submitting offers, right? So congratulations on your offer. There's the ISA comes in now, leads us submitting offers on Monday. So she's now going to reach out to Jonathan, and she's going to look in comms. Look at the top where it says comms. That's communications. And she's going to want to see, has Jonathan had any communications with that client? What a lot of you do is you write an offer and you stop comms. You stop showing. And then you're back to that old thing that you write an offer on Saturday. Listen to Dad here, okay? You write an offer on Saturday, and you go, okay, I can go to another client now. You don't hear back on Sunday. You don't hear back on Monday. You don't hear back on Tuesday. On Monday, they look at 5 properties. What are they doing? They're probably talking to another real estate agent, right? On Wednesday, you hear the offer get rejected, and now you communicate with them and you try and get a second appointment. They're going to give you a second appointment? Never. So one of our golden rules was every time we write an offer, we book an appointment to show them another property. Then you meet them on Tuesday to show property. You find out Tuesday morning their offer's been rejected. And instead of calling them saying your offer's been rejected, go, hey, so glad to meet you today. I didn't even tell them. Listen to Dad. I didn't even tell him. Go, let's look at this house. This is great. Oh, by the way, oh, look at that. Jeez. Yeah, we didn't get that property on Main Street, but I love this one a lot more, don't you? Do you see that technique? I just taught you how to make money. You guys aren't doing that. You write in the offer, you stop your comms, you don't send any screenshots between offer and next meeting, then you call them and say it was rejected. You find it really hard to get another appointment. And the agents who leave the team, that is an absolutely 100% of the time, that's what they do. And they say, well, my offers were never accepted. No, you never accepted the client. Huge difference. Does everybody understand what I'm sharing? So now the ISA will dig into this, put in a call to Jonathan. Of course, Jonathan's communication is immaculate. Now, they'll now go back into the next one. They'll go sequentially. They sit here sequentially. Client didn't show to appointment. Let's look at this one. So in this case, client did not show to appointment. His name's Noor. So Letty, is Letty in the room? Letty's just working really hard. So they'll look in here, and the first thing they do is look at the eye. Listen to me. What's the first thing online right now? You're going to have to answer a questionnaire, so I'm just trying to give you a little warning. What's the first thing you look at on their FUB profile? Let me hear it in the room. There's the eye right there. You see it? Look at that eye. Izy-wizy right there. Look at the izy-wizy. Look at the izy-wizy. Oh, you cute little izy-wizy. Boom. Look at the eye, red eye. They looked at the property 4 hours ago, 4 hours ago, 4 hours ago, 5 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 hours ago. And what do we teach on digital footprint? What do we teach? When you see a client look at a property, tap on the property. When you tap on the property, you tap on Zillow. You see the client looked at a property on Zillow. You screenshot it. You save it in your photos. That's going to be fun. You're going to see some photos of Annette right now. This is going to get fun. So here we go. So you see they're looking at property. Watch. Now you go back to here, tap on the arrow top left. Tap on back to the profile of the customer, right? Now at the top, it shows the text icon. Do you see it? Right at the top next to the call icon. You tap on the text icon. See, they didn't show up. Look at this. They didn't show up. At 6:45, she said, do you want to reschedule for a better time? They didn't answer. So you now need to offer them value. So you're going to tap on the plus sign bottom left. You're going to tap on, here's where it gets fun, photo library. No, we're good. Photo library. So I'm making all these AI clones right now. So I'm getting really shady pictures of Annette. So if one does pop up, you're just going to have to live with it. All right, so here we go. So stop making, anyway. So watch kids. Now you tap on that property, tap on the arrow at the top. There's the property in the feed. And what you're going to say in the feed right now is, hey, write this down, kids, because you ain't doing it. Right? Hey, I love this home. I believe I live. I love this home. What do you think? Question mark. Send it. That's all we're asking you to do. She's going to show her property. Give her a round of applause right now. Go. So she hears applause when she leaves. Yeah. Oh, in a second. Watch what I'm saying. It's so simple what I just showed you. Now when the ISAs go in and look at this lead, they go, oh, Carla's following up with that. How long did that take me to do? There's 50 people online. There's all of you guys in the room. I'm nervous. I'm all fingers and thumbs, and I did it in 90 seconds. Oh, Andrew, I'm so busy. So now you send it out. Rich, hit me. So if the eye is not there, what do you do, right?
Correct. And beneath it says view in Zillow preferred.
Yeah. So if the eye isn't there, it means that Zillow hasn't engaged them yet. You set them up on a property alert in Lofty, but that's another training. But now you need to send them something of value, don't you? Watch me. Watch. So I'm going to leave this client right now, and we're going to go down to the next one that the ISAs will look at, right? So EMD due in 3 days. See, now look at that. That's an agent that's created themselves a reminder. RPA to lender, right? So this is Lauren Bone. Let's have a look at this. Follow up Wednesday, December the 3rd. This is an ISA who set this up to make sure that you as an agent send the RPA to the lender, because if you don't, the lender can't do the LE. And if they can't do the LE, they can't do the appraisal. You're going to learn all this tomorrow at 2 if you don't understand. They can't if they can't send the LE if they don't have the RPA. If they can't send the LE, they can't all the appraisal. You got a 10-day appraisal contingency, you're screwed. So the ISA is setting a reminder to make sure that you've sent the RPA to the lender. Now they're going to tap on the client. When they tap on the client, what are they going to go to first? Tell me. Red eye. This client's looked at 137 properties. 15 hours ago, 15 hours ago, 16 hours ago, 22 hours ago, 1 day ago. What should the agent do when the client looks at property? Screenshot and say, hey, this one looks great. Let's go have a look at it. No, I shouldn't do that. I wrote an offer. Wrong. It's even more reason they wrote an offer with you. They're not sure they're going to get it. They didn't like the way you picked your nose. Your car was dirty. You dropped your files. You ran off to get your kids from school, and they've got an agent calling from the Warburton team who's a killer dog, who's calling them while you're showing them property. That's the real world. Does everybody understand what I'm saying? So now watch. Did I lose share? Did I lose share? Now watch. Look how many times this client has looked at properties. And the ISA looks at this and goes, wow, this person's looked at 16 properties in the last 24 hours. Let's go back and have a look at what? Say it. Comms. Top left. Comms. Now let's have a look. Hey, Brian and Lauren. Good evening. Attached is an updated pre-approval letter for $800,000. So who is this that's doing this? Look at this. See, look at this. She's all over it. So she's in escrow because she did her job. You see me? So because she's in comms, now how do you get stuff in comms? Every time you have a client and you call right there by that green button, or you text right there, it goes into comms and it logs it. Now, this is really sweet. You guys are so sweet. So sweet. You say, but Andrew, I use my cell phone. What the hell do you think I'm on right now? So if you text them, what do you do, Mirka? What do you do? Watch. I love picking on you, kid. Watch. So you go to your home screen, you tap on text. Are you using your cell phone? Yes. Yeah, you are right there. You're using your cell phone, right? Watch. So if you want to text them, you go out of your CRM, you go here and you tap on text and you text them. Are you on your cell phone? Yes or no? Or I go into the customer and I tap on text. Am I on my cell phone? Yes or no? It's using a different platform. So the next person who says to me, I did it on my cell phone, I will personally wipe you off the face of the earth. Tracy. Yeah, then text. So listen to Tracy, how smart she is. Because remember, she's going to look at this list and go, is Blake, not Blake, but Teresa, she's a problem. She's going to be top agent next year. She's a problem. So they go and they look at Teresa, who I love, and they go, did Teresa follow up? Now, I will tell you, because I know Teresa, 9 times out of 10, it's yes. And maybe when she started one time out of 10, it would be in notes. Now it's 6 times out of 10. By the end of the year, it'll be 10 times out of 10. Why? Because she's using her cell phone. You got it? So just trying to walk you through. Now come back. Oh, and she said, yes. So if you do text them, drop a copy of the text into this comms, into notes. You go, Andrew, that's so much work. So let's say you texted them. Oh, that was so much work. I can't tap on my last text to Annette. Okay, so let's do this. So let's say this was the last text that you did. You're just going to copy it. You're going to go back in here. You go into FUB. You're going to go into the client. When you're in the client, you're going to go into notes. You're going to tap on the plus at the bottom. And right there, it says add note. And in add notes, you're going to press it and paste it and save it at the top. You just added notes. Are you really so busy you can't do that? So you can also, if you do call out of your cell phone device, you go into the client, bottom right-hand corner, log call right there. And you can log the call that you made. Was it no answer, voicemail, or whatever? Now, this data, first and foremost, helps you take control of your clients. You are going to feel, everybody, you can sell so much more property, but you're going to feel more in control. You're going to feel more like a business person, right? Now, I just showed you the ISA's perspective. Go back to your perspective, 10:56. So I need to run quickly. Go back to your perspective. You're going to start your day, and you're going to go down to calendar, and you're going to look at all the tasks that you set for yourself, right? Go across one to activity. Under activity, it shows you all of the customers who are either new leads. So you're going to have days where you're like, I got so many leads yesterday, I don't know what to do. You can go up here and see all your new leads. And you're just going to tap on them one by one and see what's going on with that lead, right? You can read the notes and see the comms. Also, aren't you interested if somebody opened email from you? So if you tap on email right there, it shows you all the people who are opening email. And this is a mind blower sometimes. And then over here under website, this is all the people who are looking at property that have been assigned to you, right? So if they're looking at property, it's been assigned to you, why wouldn't you reach out to them? So let's do a little experiment here. You ready? By the way, what is this at the bottom right? Does anybody know what it is? Online, somebody online tell me, what's that blue thing at the bottom right? What is it?
Plus sign.
What does the plus sign do?
You can add tabs.
It gives you the options to text, call, email.
Notes.
Add notes, add appointment, add task. People say, why is my lead spearhead? Let me ask you this. I want to ask you a question. I want to see at least 20 of you online reply to it. If you paid $400 for a lead, you assign that lead to a friend. You had a second lead for $400. The friend said, can I have it? You went to the first lead and you looked at comms and saw that even though the client had looked at 15 properties, they didn't screen capture one of them or send one personal message. And then you see that first $400 lead, there is no task ever set in the future to remind that agent to call them back. Would you risk $400 on that agent again? Exactly. Exactly. So that's all they're saying. They're saying, guys, we want to give you more leads and more leads. By the way, the value of the house sale price of our leads has risen from 2 years ago. It was $216,000. Today, our average closing is $680,000 because Zillow trusts us. We hit 153% of target last month. Give yourselves a round of applause. Okay, now, so here you go. So let's have a look now. Remember, you get up in the morning, you tap on Follow Up Boss. At the bottom, it has activity, calendar, people, inbox. You're going to go to your activity channel. You're going to see all of your new leads. You're going to see all of your emails that they've opened. You see all the people who are looking at the website. Let's look at a couple of them. 2 minutes ago, David Ibarra looked at property. Here we go, color. She loves me. She does. All right. So here we go. So here's color. So let's have a look at what happens. Assign to color. It's under showing homes. What's the first thing you look at on this screen? Red eye. They've looked at 357 properties in Paris, Corona, Riverside. Tap on here. This is what they're looking at. Now, it's land. Land's more difficult. But something else, can I give you a secret about land? Anybody interested in making commission on $200,000? You know the thing about land? Most land buyers don't need you to meet them at the property.
Yeah, yep.
Most land buyers don't need you to meet them at the property. I'm not saying don't meet them at the property, but land buyers usually, they know where the utilities are. They've dug holes. They've seen how many rattlesnakes there are. They've camped out and drunk.
Bunch of dirt.
It's a bunch of dirt. So most land buyers, it's usually a fairly easy check.
I'm working on them right now.
I'm going to give you, do you want another quick story from Andrew? 1992, I met the Altman family. You look them up. I met the Altman family in Vista, California. Yeah, I know the time, Kathy. I got it. It was Vista, California. Listen. They said, we want you to show us a piece of land for $46,000 on Robin Hood Drive in Vista. I'm like, with a wife like mine, that'll pay for shoe polish. She didn't work. I like this one. So I went out and I met them. You want to hear the story? I met them at the property. From then on, all they did is they just kept feeding me land. Not by this, because we didn't have this. They would just call me, and I would fax them something. So I sold them that $46,000 piece of land. I ended up selling them $6 million worth of property. They were my first buy for $1 million. They were a beautiful Jewish family. So they called me on December the 25th, and they said, Andrew, we found $1 million home. Will you show it to us? My wife said, don't go. I said, I'm going, and I know you'll spend the money. So I went. They bought the first $1 million home. Do you know they ended up being the largest supplier of color plants for Target nationwide? They now own about 12% of all the hills in Vista. $46,000 lead. True story. So I went in, I saw the property, screenshot it, put it back in here, killed it. Slide up right at the bottom, get rid of that, go back to the client. Top left, viewed property, hit the arrow. Back to the client, right? And in this case, in seconds, you go up to the top, tap this on, go back here, go to photo library, tap on this. You're done. Send a quick message. Now, I'm not going to mess with it color because it's your client. So I'm not going to send this right now, but you would just send a quick message and send it off to them. Now, when we go into comms, you would then see in comms log that color has been responding to this person looking at property. Now, typical color, is she responding? Look. Is she responding? Yes or no? Look on the screen. 100% she is. In Spanish. That's why color's a great agent. Let's hear it for color. Okay, so I'm showing you, go down to the activity channel. Let's look at the next one, Saira. So this is a pawn lead. Watch this. Here's money. Anybody interested in money? What's the first thing I look at? Red Eye, 218 properties, Ukaipa, Beaumont. 385,000. Better screenshot that, hadn't I? Pull it off to the side, kill it. Swipe up, bottom right, bottom left to top right, kill it. Back to this slide, top left, arrow left, go back. There's all the properties they've looked at, right? Watch. Go back here. Look at notes. They were called by our offshore center. They received an email. Mike Schmansky was assigned the lead on October the 17th. Do you see any communication there? Slide across to comms. Our AI called on October the 7th. Gabriella, bless her heart, said hi on September the 7th, probably a spearhead. They did chat with somebody back on August the 28th. It's probably Mike. But they're still looking. Interesting. Because I don't see a screenshot there. Do you? Do you see a screenshot? Yes or no? It's not there, is it? In the notes, do you see any current note? It's not there, is it? Now, go back to homes here. You see homes, and it shows you what they're looking at right there. Now, they also looked at a rental. They also looked at a 554 house in Ukaipa. That is a bona fide lead. Somebody needs to screenshot, send them a screenshot, say, hey, this is a great opportunity. Would love to show it to you. What do you think? You do that 5 times, they're going to reply to you. Who wants this lead? Who's qualified to take this lead?
Who wants it? Nobody wants it.
Nobody wants it? All right, who was that? And help me out here. Where? What was the client's name? Was it Kieran Wall? No. Who was it?
Wasn't that David Ibarra?
All right, Daniel, it's yours. You got it? Right. So what I'm showing you is we get maybe 50 of these a day. Okay. Now come back as an agent. You get up in the morning, you go to your FUB, you look at your tabs. The first thing you do, Guadalupe, my sweet Guadalupe, you're going to tap on calendar. In your calendar, honey, you're going to look at all your tasks and all your appointments. Calm yourself down. You got so much going on. Not that you're not calm, but you get my point. You just chill for a moment. Now you see all your tasks. You see all your appointments. You see the people you forgot. You see the people you remembered. As soon as you're done with that, you go to your calendar. You block in time. You go over here to activity. I'm going to do more on this next week because I'm only going to do a third of it here. You go to activity. And when you pick, you look in your activity channel, look at the website, look who's looking at property. And I guarantee you every day you're going to miss some people, which is great news. That means there's always more. There's always abundance, right? So you can reach out to one of your girlfriends and share with them. Now, every client that you have, and I'm going to stop here for a moment. By the way, do you think if you did this every day, you would make money? Yes or no? Look at the bottom right. Any client that you have, like look at this one right here is another one, Alex Ortiz. We are looking every day at these leads. And what we want to know is, have you organized your time where you've got yourself a reminder to reach out again? So you go to the bottom right, tap on plus. You spoke to the client. The client said they're not interested for 2 months. You go in and you tap on a task. And under task, it says follow-up at the top. Under follow-up, you can put as a follow-up call, email, text, showing, closing. And under title, it's going to say ready to buy in February. If they were ready to buy in February, when would you send the reminder to yourself? Beginning of January. Is everybody listening? This is so huge. Do you know every day, Mirka, every day, Color, we go in here and we find leads where they say, it was like in August, right? And it says ready to buy in 2026. I found 22 of them last week that said they're ready to buy. Right? So listen carefully. I found 22 this week that said they wanted to buy in January. The agent wanted money right now. There was no screenshots. There was no follow-up. There was no task set. And guess what? They're looking at property. So this is the way the real estate market works. This is a gold mine I'm showing you here, a gold mine. So make sure that every client you get, you tap on the plus sign, and here you put in the title at the top of what you want to remind yourself to do, what type of follow-up you're going to do, call, email, text. And you see where it says all day? Watch this. Take the all day slider off, and when you do, you tap on the date, and you can choose what date and what time. When you're done, you go to top right, you tap on create, and you've now got yourself a task. And where is that task going to show up? Talk to me. Exactly. So now there is nothing left behind. If we see this, we will spearhead the lead. Listen to me online. Can I see some love? Would you give me some hands up, some thumbs up if you're listening to me? Would you do it right now? I just want to be sure. You got to have this questionnaire coming. Do you like what you're hearing here? Is it helping you? Yes? All right, Frank. Good. Watch, kids. If we see this screen, that you have a client that just looked at 10, 15 properties, and there's no future task, we will spearhead that lead, period. What we want to do is train you that every client you have, you set a future task and it's in your appointment calendar, then we know you're not going to forget it. Do you think that sounds fair? Let me ask this. If you were paying for the leads, would you require it? Absolutely you would. Now, show you one last thing. Yeah, so under the eye is a great question. Under the eye, look, mate, here. See, you got your hearts and eyes. Absolutely. If you got somebody who's saved 64 properties, is that a potential buyer? Hell yeah. You tap on that heart and it shows you 64 properties. And here's the thing I really want you to see. Look, 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 look. So Daniel, the crew that you're bringing, bro, this is money right here. Now I want to show you something. So I tapped on the heart. And this person looked at a property 2 minutes ago, 6 minutes ago, 6 minutes ago, 7 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 minutes ago. Is that a buyer? Is it a buyer? It is. Now, I know what you're going to say here when I tap on this. Tap on it, tap on it. They're looking at apartments in Hawaii. Why do you think they're doing that? Because they want to move to Hawaii, but they need somewhere to rest while they're trying to find themselves a home. Now, watch how you can make money. Watch this. So swipe up from bottom left, get rid of that, dismiss it. Back here, top left, there's an arrow. Hit the arrow. Go back to the client. This is definitely a buyer, right? If they've looked at 122 properties, right? Now, what I would do, I would go to EXP. I would fill out a referral form. I know it. So listen to me. I would go to EXP. I would fill out a referral form. Angelica is licensed in Hawaii. You can refer that to an agent in Hawaii, and Zillow does not charge you the referral fee. And you pick up the referral fee. How long will that take you? 10 minutes. We get at least 100 out-of-state referrals a month, and not a single agent in the entire company calls them or refers them. It's so there you go. So you hear that? All right. So you hear what I'm saying. Last thing I want to show you is this. Watch. I provided for you a couple of weeks ago a document. Now look at my home screen. I'm going to teach you how to do this now. Yeah. So watch them. This is the last thing I'm going to teach you today. So on my home screen, I need stuff that I can rapidly access. Do you think, watch this, do you think if you met a buyer and the buyer says they're going to meet you in a week or they're ghosting you, would it be valuable for you to send them something like that? Read it. Read it. Come on, guys. Stay with me online. Are you still with me? If you receive this as a buyer from an agent, would you find it valuable? Look, tax benefits. Yes or no? My home, my life, my lifestyle. Is the market going up or down? What are the advantages of buying? So would that be a benefit? Yes or no? So I've given this to you so that you can use it. Now watch. So what I did is I asked Lorena to go to TWT Agents, and on the TWT Agents website, watch. Under TWT Agents, if you scroll down, should I wait or should I buy? Tap on should I wait or should I buy? And there's the buyer's guide. And you can share it with your clients. Now let me go a step further. What I like to do is I like to put everything on my home screen. What do you see right there? Right there, look at this. Is that should I wait or should I buy? So I can literally just be in a client in Follow Up Boss, tap on the client, tap on send, tap on the plus sign at the bottom. I think it's in my photo library. I'm going to find out. Hold on. Yeah. So I just want to show you something here that's super, super cool. So if I go here, let me go back to here, tap on this. All right, there you go. So I can tap on this and I can go to share, copy, go back to Follow Up Boss, go to the client, tap on this, paste, and send it to him. Now he's got that. Now he might go, that's a link I don't know. So why wouldn't you do this? Why wouldn't you go here, copy it, send that, go back to the client, tap on this, tap on the plus, tap on photo library, tap on that, hit the plus sign, and send it to him. Would you not appreciate that if you received it from a client? You could also do the same thing here. You could just turn right around if you're going to text and do the same thing as a text. So I saved this on my home screen. How did I do that? How did I do that? Right. You create a tile. Now I'm going to show you a piece of technology here that is absolutely fantastic. Y'all ready? Yes or no? Are you all too old? All right, so watch. So this is very interesting. If you scroll down here, Give me a second. I literally just had a brain lapse. It's not called tiles. It's called, what do they call those things on the home screen? Hold on. One second. So I'll take you back to the beginning. Watch. Yeah, but hold on a second. I just learned something really cool here. So this is good. In real time, I'll show you my panic because I wanted to show you something really cool. So go to ChatGPT. Watch this. I want to save a Canva tile on my home screen with a photo of the content of the link. But the tile just shows Canva icon. What do I do? And that's something that happens when you save the icon, it just shows Canva every time. So if you have 10 Canvas, it's confusing, right? Give me a second. There you go. So now watch. Now I go to my home screen, drag down, and I type in shortcuts. There's an app called Shortcuts. You go up to Shortcuts and tap on Shortcuts. Top right-hand corner, you're going to create a shortcut. Tap on the plus. You're going to create a shortcut or a URL. Tap on URL. Now watch. Now you go back to your Canva. There it is. You're going to go back to share. You're going to copy. You're going to go back to shortcuts. Tap. Paste. And there's the URL. Okay. Once you've done that, you now want to be able to share that. So I think you just type in here, share. Let's just check. Let me just check. Now watch. Watch what I do. We go back to ChatGPT. Open the shortcuts up, tap the plus sign, tap add action search for open URLs, select open URLs. I just showed you how to do that. Tap the circle icon, choose photo, tap on the top of the shortcut where it shows a star. Okay, so now look at this. This is very interesting. Watch this. I know you're getting impatient, but don't be impatient because I'm showing you how to use ChatGPT here. So with a lot of software, I now find that ChatGPT tells me to do the wrong thing. Has any of you found that? Watch this. Watch, right? So I'm going to go back in here, and I'm in this setting, and I know that I've got the URL ready to go, but now I'm like, what do I do next? Watch, screenshot it, save it, go back to ChatGPT. Add that screenshot. Hey, I need to create the tile with a pit. What do I do next? Now it's going to look at that screenshot. It says you're one step away. Your URL action is set. Follow these exact steps. Tap the 3 dots in the top right. Now watch this. If you don't see the 3 dots, tap the icon at the top. You'll see a colored square or a symbol. Tap it. Let's go back here. Colored square or symbol. Tap it. No, I don't see that. So I go back here, and it says, tap the 3 dots in the top right. This opens the shortcut settings. If you don't see the 3 dots, it'll be the small settings icon at the top beside the shortcut name. You'll see a colored square or a symbol. Tap it. A menu will pop up with choose photo, choose file, select your image, blah, blah, blah. But I don't see any of that. Do you? Right? So watch. So most people quit here. Tap on this. Watch. This is so cool. Save it. We're going to get here, guys. I'm not going to give up. See, Ty? See how I am? All of you would have given up by now. All of you would have given up, not Andrew. All right, so I'm going to go back up here. I'm going to go back here. I'm going to take this. I'm going to add this. I'm going to add a photo. You are misleading me. There are no dots. How do I create my tile? Don't call it an idiot. It gets really upset. It lectures you like a, tap the back arrow on the top left. This arrow takes you back to the main shortcut page. Right now, you're inside the URL section. Tap the left arrow that you circled. Shortcut name, add action. You will see that the icon will be a colored square. Choose photo. Tap the share box icon at the bottom. At the bottom of the screen, you'll see an upload share icon, then add to home screen. So let's have a look at that. Obviously, I did it right because I've got it here. I did it like 4 o'clock this morning. So share, add to home screen. And I want to upload an image. So I'm going to choose a photo. There's my photo. Choose it. Now guess what? I just got add. And there's the URL. Everybody understand that? So now what I did is I took this technology and I went, by the way, this is an AI creator that I'm doing right here. This is another AI creator that I'm doing right here for systems. So go back here to my home screen. Watch. And if you can see right here, there are others like the Win Team right here, Bob. And when you save the icon, it just gives you a single word. What you want to do on your screen is you want to have everything you need for this company. Your buyer pack, your buyer presentation pack, that it's immediately recognizable. So anytime you now in the future, did I lose you all with this, by the way? Anytime in the future, there's anything valuable here, like, for example, the TWT agents, why wouldn't you do exactly the same thing? How many of you have TWT agents on your home screen? Does it look like TWT agents? I bet you it doesn't. I bet you it says T or W on it. Have a look at it right now. I know you all want me to stop because you want to go get your Wheaties. There's a W on it, right? So if I give you 5 websites, you're going to have 5 Ws. You know what you're going to do? You're not going to end up using it, right? So you use exactly the same thing, right? You're going to go to Google. When you're in Google, you're going to put in TWT agents. Anytime you want to sit down and geek out on technology with me, by the way, you're welcome to. There's your TWT agents website, but you're going to need a picture. Watch. Screenshot the picture. When you screenshot the picture, make it into a square because Canva likes squares. Save it. Now it's saved to your photos. Watch this. Go back to your home screen. Swipe down from the middle. Find shortcuts. When you go to shortcuts, get out of that. Right? You want a URL. Top right. Press. What you want? You want URL. URL. Right there. Now you got to add in the URL. Go back to your Google screen. What am I doing? TWT agents, right? So let's find TWT agents right there. There's my TWT agents. Go to the bottom, press on it, copy it, go back to shortcuts, tap on this, paste it. There it is. Now I want to be able to share that. So I'm going to say, yes, I've done that. I want to be able to share it. How do I share it? I want to be able to add it to my home screen, but I want an image. I'm going to tap on image. I'm going to choose a photo. There's the photo of the website. I'm going to choose it. Now it's got a photo. I'm going to add it. I'm going to add it to my home screen. And right now, there's my TWT agents website. Nice and easy for me to do. You see that? So, but you know what? And I'm finished. The reason that I really like the way that happened is I just taught you something about ChatGPT. So anything like you're on an RPA, Guadalupe, you get stuck. Paragraph 4C, subparagraph 1. You bring it up on your cell phone. You screenshot it. You save it to photos. You go to ChatGPT. You upload the photograph. You say, what the hell do I do with this paragraph? And in seconds, it will tell you. 90% of the questions that agents ask me, the answers are there on ChatGPT. And if you, I'm not being arrogant most of the time when you ask me, I know. But if there's one that I want to check, I would just take a screenshot, load that screenshot into ChatGPT, and minutes later, I'll have the exact answer. Look, I'm training, Blake's training, Kathy's training. Tomorrow afternoon, I got a ton of stuff for you guys like this. What to do next when you put something in escrow. There is so much training this week. Guys, please watch your feed. We put a lot of time into this. We want you to succeed. I hope that you found this beneficial today. Was this good for you today? Nettie, why don't you wrap this up? 5 minutes and we're done, guys. Yeah, show us some love online. One person liked this today. That's wonderful.
Hey, Andrew, keep in mind that when you copy that link, then fire through your list. Send this out to 10 people like that.
So listen to what Doug's saying. It's bloody intelligent. He says, look, Andy, he said, Andy, when you've got that link, why, and by the way, Doug does this a lot. You go into his back end of his engine, it's crazy. He says, why won't you just get 10 people and text them a link? I mean, do you think that buyer guide looks impressive? Yes or no? Why wouldn't you just take 30 of your buyers and send it to 30 of them, just like people do at Thanksgiving, right? You think one of them isn't going to reply to you? Of course they're going to reply to you. It's an excellent point, Doug. We'll do this next week. Can you put it now on the list for next week? I'm done with training for today. It's a lot. People are tired. They're American. It's not like we're in Europe.
So I know that you talked already. Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
I didn't hear what you said. Training on Thursday. So Thursday is a big, big day. You already mentioned that's tomorrow at 2:00. It will be on Zoom. You're going over the buyer presentation, the home buyer's guide, which is your brand new guide, which is fabulous. And then what happens when you open an escrow. Andrew worked really hard yesterday on creating that Google Doc, step by step. You guys are going to love it. You're going to look at it. It'll be your new Bible, I swear. Next slide, please. Okay, that's the home buyers. These are just slides telling you what we'll be doing.
By the way, on that home buyer guide, some of you said, I want to put my own picture on it. So just if they want to do this, like if Veronica wants to brand herself or William, obviously you want to do it or with your team or not, right? So when you go to this on the TWT agents page, you click on the tile and you either get the PDF that's got my picture on it, or there's an edit Canva on there and you can drop your own picture in so you can brand it for yourself. Pretty much everything we do, it's not an ego piece. You can brand it for yourself. So I want everybody, I told you that at the beginning, we want people to grow their own teams and all that. So it's all there.
All right, guys, real quick. December 17th, mark your calendars, 4 p.m.
Big news here.
We're going to be doing a first-time home buyer seminar here. I know I spoke to a few of you guys already about this, but we're going to create some urgency, guys. We want to start filling up the pipeline for January now, this first beginning quarter. It's going to be here. We're probably going to have a quick little refreshments, fill up this whole room with some people. We're going to have lenders and realtors here. So if you're interested, please send me a message. We'll get you on the board of realtors that are going to be here. We're going to do a quick little presentation, and then afterwards we're going to break, have a little communication with the clients, all that good stuff. We're going to have I-Core lenders here. So lenders, realtors, everybody's going to be here so we can make them act now. Creating urgency. We're going to be leveraging the California Dream for All program as a marketing piece. How many of you guys
talk about that for a second?
Yeah. How many
change coming up?
How many of you guys are aware of the California Dream for All program? All right, cool. If you're not aware, it's just a quick program, 20% down assistance program with equity share in a nutshell, right? So it's a big turn on. Go ahead. Perfect. So there you go. So it's possible, right? So the reason the marketing piece around this is, one, if you're putting 20% down on a home versus 3.5% down, do you think that'll impact the monthly payment? Absolutely. What will it do? Will it make it more expensive or less expensive?
Less.
Would that be beneficial to most clients?
Yes.
So that's the marketing piece. Now, the reason we're doing it centered around this is because it launches January 1st.
But hold on a second. So they need 20% down?
No, it's a down payment assistance program.
So listen, Veronica.
20% down payment assistance program.
Huge.
Right? And it launches January 1st. Okay? So for everybody saying they're going to buy next year, that's great. You need to start working on this stuff now, so when it launches, you guys are ready.
And is it a list or a lottery?
I'm getting there, bro. Great point. So in years past, it was first come, first serve before. Now it's going to be lottery style. So as long as you are in your hat, your name is in the hat, you have the possibility of getting called. There's a limited amount of funds, right? So you need to be on top of it now. There's only $300 million that they're going to be allocating to home buyers. So if your name is on the list, you're shit out of luck, right?
So we've got hundreds of leads. You can email this.
Well, we're going to email blast everybody.
You can
Yeah.
blast thousands of people. Everybody in your database.
Mhm.
Talk about Doug's idea here of texting. I'd text thousands of people if it was me about this seminar and say, free 20% down from the state of California. Don't miss this seminar.
Huge, guys.
You are going to revive a ton of your clients.
Huge,
a ton.
huge. And it's going to be in a group setting, right? So it makes
And
it a little
he's
bit more.
doing this, not me. It's his idea.
And shout out Mariana. I know she went to go do a showing. She's off doing it, but it was actually her collaboration with me that made this possible. So I'm not going to take Mariana. So the one that
Mariana, thanks.
also has an escrow and went to go show another property. Anyways, again, it's collaborative here, guys. It's not all glory to one person or not. So if you guys are interested, right? I know I've talked to a few of you guys. Please let us know because we're going to get an RSVP of clients, and we want to make sure we have enough realtors to support the amount of clients on there, right? So please send me a message. Yes.
No,
Equity.
it's
It is
take
equity. There's equity share.
I didn't know that. Okay.
So if you guys want, so we did cover this on our Tuesday San Diego region meeting. I did talk about this. We went through the slides and I presented all of it. But if you would like the slides, go ahead and get with me afterwards and I'll send you the slide presentation. It breaks down the whole entire program, how it works, who qualifies, what do you need, all that good stuff. So we're going to be putting that up here on the screen, presenting it to buyers. Now, the chances of somebody being able to actually get this program, let's be real, it's a lottery, right? They may or may not get it. Yes.
Very important. You can redirect them, Angelica.
That's the whole point, guys. It's, hey, let's get them in. If they can get it, great. However, they still want to buy a house. So if they don't get this program, what, they're just going to throw their hands up in the air. Hey, I'm not buying a house anymore. No, right? Correct. So there's a limit. So limited amount of funds, limited amount of people that'll qualify, right? So it's going to be a segment of the seminar. It's not going to be the whole seminar. Yes. Yeah, I'll put it on there right there. I'll put it on there today. So
the request was for Blake to share the slides on Slack.
Yes.
Slides are going to be on Slack, guys. This is, again, I'm really proud of you doing this. It's a great opportunity to bring your buyers in and to re-engage buyers. Huge opportunity.
So everybody on your follow-up, boss, that you guys have that's been ghosting, blast them. We're going to put this image there as well. Blast it. Just be like, hey, it's going to be.
Guadalupe, you'll sell 2 homes off this.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
I'm really serious. Just take that picture right there, send it to everybody in your follow-up, boss, sweetheart.
And for those of people that are saying they were going to wait till next year, they're going to be researching and doing all that stuff now, right? So the whole idea is we're going to get them approved with the lender in-house today, that same day. And whether or not they get the dream for all, it's neither here nor there. But now we have their information. Now they're qualified. Now we can put them into a home, right? Go ahead. It is not, but Cam or Lorena will get it active today. Yeah, today it'll be active.
All right, very
Image
good.
is ready to go. So yeah, just send me a text message, guys, if you guys want to be a part of that, and I'll put you on the board.
By the way, at the end of this, we're going to put up a QR code with asking you that questionnaire question. It is important if you want leads this week that you reply to the questionnaire question. Nettie, do you have anything else you want to bring up? Cameron?
Yes, I'm going to zoom through this. The Zillow Flex leads, inbound and outbound leads, how to work both inbound leads from the teams.
Can you all hear Cameron online?
Can you
Please
guys
say
hear me?
yes or no.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Good.
Yes, good.
So Zillow Flex leads program. So basically all of our protocol on how to take a Zillow Flex lead, whether it's an inbound lead from the ISA team, like an appointment, or working on those leads that are in the database that Andrew was talking about earlier. That is in there along with ZHL transfers. So everything you need to know on how to convert Zillow Flex leads is in this course. You hit that QR code, it's there. You also go to twtagents.com and it is in the training tab as well. In total, I believe this one's 36 minutes. 36 minutes, you can know everything you need to know about converting Zillow Flex leads.
So I think I need to say something about this really quickly. So Cameron is setting up a learning language model, which is AI driven. You all need to hear this, okay? So these classes that we have, like the FUB class, the Lofty class, the Zillow Leads class, they're all going to have a questionnaire at the end. AI will ask you those questions, and then send back to management a notification when you've completed the class, right? So we have to give all this data to Zillow, who's training, who's not training. So it's a huge opportunity for you to train and learn. And we're just looking for you to go in, complete the class. It's 20 minutes. Yeah, you took it seriously. You know how the system goes. It goes back to management on a spreadsheet. Now we know who's done what, right? So we're really getting earnest as a Zillow about getting everybody trained up so we can have more people make money next year. Does this make sense?
Yes.
So a round of applause for Cameron for all the technology that he's using.
Yeah. And then, like Andrew said, here's all of our crash courses that we are working on right now. FUB 101, Zillow Flex Leads are there right now. The next two that we're going to be working on is Lofty 101. And then also by popular demand, Andrew's 7-minute offers. Basically presenting an offer in 7 minutes or less, which is super cool. And then obviously anybody that wants to give feedback, it's anonymous. Let us know how we can make these trainings better for you all. Any sort of content that you want to see that you have not seen today.
Do you know the crazy thing is that we've had 5 people reply to this where they can survey. All 5 were negative. So 1 a week negative, not 1 positive feedback out of 220 people over 4 weeks. Isn't it interesting how human personality is? Isn't it so interesting?
It's
Yeah.
very typical. But I will say, alongside the negativity is what they want
And it's
and what
good.
they
We read it.
appreciate they've
We
been
read it.
taught. So
Yeah.
it does extend.
There's Annette, the generous one.
No, but I give grace. I mean, there is going to be negativity and we can learn from it and be better. But then there is also constructive. That's part of their comments as well. It's the whole board.
So if you could live with this beautiful woman or live with me, who would you live with? Because she's half full all the time. She's half full all the time. And here's my personality. I'm so sick that if my cup gets half full, I empty it out because it forces me to work to get it full again.
Oh, it's so
I'm
frustrating.
really demented.
It's
But you want to live with somebody, live with her.
Yes.
Touch on this real quick,
Wait.
Cameron.
Conversion.
Yes. And then Conversion Lab is on this Friday and next Tuesday. I'm going to show you on TBT web.
Daniel, this is important for your people.
Agents.
This is important.
TBTagents.com.
Every week,
Show you where to get access to seller leads, buyer leads, any sort of leads that you want to get access to. It's on TBTagents.com. We're going to be going over that next Tuesday. And then this Friday, we're just going to elaborate on what Andrew was teaching today in Follow Boss, which is basically how to re-engage leads like a pro. If I may bring this to everyone's attention, what's our conversion rate on Zillow Flex leads? Like 4%, 5%, right? Yeah. So think about this. 95 to 96% of leads that have not been converted are in the database. And what Andrew is teaching is how to extract that 95% out. That's why I tell Angelica a lot, I tell Ty a lot, all the agents that are here, there's literally hundreds of deals in the database and nobody's going in there and getting them out. And so what Andrew teaches you and what we're going to be teaching on Friday, it's how to get those deals out of there. And so yeah, that's it. Okay.
I have to say, I love Cameron's conversion lab. I mean, it's from the agents for the agents, right? You come up with the things that you want to learn and he puts it together for you. So this Friday on the 5th, it's going to be a big one.
So those of you who are new, he sits over here, turns on all the lights, goes online. You can ask whatever technical question he wants in real time. You can ask him. So it's like a live Q&A coach.
Yeah.
It's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, it's
Thank
really
you,
good.
Cameron.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything else?
And you can't stop doing that in January.
No. No, if you want leads,
You can't.
if you want leads, you can.
Cameron's becoming a full-time agent. Hello.
Okay.
We can't lose him on certain things because it's too valuable.
He wants leads. I got the power. Love you, buddy.
The power.
Money there.
He literally came to me and says, Andrew, I cannot believe it. The agents are not doing this. He says, I want to do it. Can I do it instead of marketing? So he went out and got his license because he sees so many in the database every day.
Mm-hmm. So Cameron, then when you started, guess how many people are going to want to sit with you?
Mhm.
Like Cliff was coaching the last 2 days. Cliff has been
Great
here
job.
hours, helping Ty and Mariana doing cold calls with the dialer. I mean, Cliff, you have been in here with the agents, like pounding the phone every single day.
Actually, it's more like Ty's helping me. Because
She's a blessing.
I've been struggling on getting some technical things done, and Ty's really come through and set it up, and she's actually killed it yesterday on the phones.
We appreciate Cliff's participation. I think
Shout outs.
24-year broker,
Support.
helping other agents. Love it.
Wonderful.
Everything else we don't?
I believe that is everything. So thank you for joining us.
Show the QR code. 1 second. We need to show the QR code so we can get the questionnaires.
Oh, Blake's Power Hours on there.
Yeah, you guys know about that. So Monday, 10 a.m., obviously, cold calling session here. We do it live. Anybody that is in attendance, for those of you guys that know, I already handed out another lead today, phone appointment. Anybody that shows up to that, I see you guys are putting in effort. I toss whatever deals I get there live in person, I will toss them over to you guys. So feel free to join on that, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Monday.
Do you have the QR
QR
code,
code
no,
for
please, for the questionnaire?
The attendance today.
That's not it.
Put that up there.
That's not it. There's the count.
There it
Here we go, guys. So take this QR code right now, please, and answer the question, okay? Everybody online, please capture that QR code. Please answer the question. We are going to follow through with this. So no questionnaire, no leads. Questionnaire, leads. That's simple.
Awesome.
Right. We appreciate you all very much. Thank you for
Everybody.
coming here today. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Give yourselves a round of applause. Appreciate you all. Great job on the tech side. Well done, kids.
Does it really matter what your mama says? Tell me life can get much better when we love instead. But the right think of I know it. You've only seen dreams. That's feeling. So stop when I look at you. I don't need to. You should get him brighter. When you pull me close, I get all space to fly. Try to go, you know.
This holiday, Verizon is helping you bundle up incredible gifts and savings. You'll get the latest phone with a new line on My Plan and a brand new smartwatch and tablet. No trade-in needed, even on our lowest price plan. That's 2 gifts for your family and 1 for you. Or 2 for you and 1 for someone else. Or 3 gifts for you and only you. Either way, you save big on 3 amazing gifts at Verizon. All on the best 5G network. Visit Verizon today. Rankings based on Root Metric Truth Score report dated 1H 2025. Your results may vary. Service plan required for watch and tablet. Additional terms apply.